Maybe. Good morning. Hopefully everybody's well this Monday morning. I'm still trying to get my shit together as always. There we go. Doubt anybody will listen to that, but hey, we could try. Um, Hopefully everybody's having a good morning. It's not snowing, not too terribly cold today, so better than it has been. But I know we got more snow coming, so it's worried up that there's snow's actually melting to get out there, but see how that goes. It's supposed to be like in the upper 30s and 40 tomorrow, and then drop like down to 18 Michigan weather. So, boy, I don't even know what I got. Well, I do. I know I got appointments this week, but and of course it has to be on the coldest days. It can't just be on like today. So, oh well. Hopefully everybody has a good week regardless. No, I'm ready for spring in Michigan. Warm air could come and stay. Oh, it might be a quiet morning in here. That'd be kind of unusual for a Monday morning, but I'll take it. Everybody's probably still in bed, so can't complain about that. I'd rather it be quiet in here than be stuck in some funky algorithm that people are just trolls. So, excuse me, this weather is killing me. Good morning, O'Doyle. I love you. I am, yeah, this weather's not helping anything. Thank you. Yeah, it's quiet in here this morning, like really quiet. So, not complaining about that though. Just tells me I didn't get stuck in some silly algorithm this morning. So, how are you this morning, O'Doyle? You get off of work or yeah, it's super quiet in here this morning. I don't even have football to talk about today, y'all. Football season being over sucks. So, hopefully the weather will stay warming up today. I'll get to go out there for a little while. I don't think it's supposed to rain today. We got a winter storm coming at us. Some kind of winter storm in the next few days. Supposed to get rain and snow and more snow. So, how much snow you got, O'Doyle? Oh, wow. So, yeah, that's crazy. I hope that crap don't come down here and hit us too bad. I know we're supposed to get a couple inches, but um, let's see. 23 points, so almost almost 2 feet. 23, yeah, 23.62 inches, almost 2 feet, or over 2 feet. That's crazy. You could keep it. I do not want that much snow at once. There ain't no way. Uh-uh. My youngest niece that's in college, she was in the Upper Peninsula uh, going to school, and she switched to online and moved back down here because, yeah, that weather's crazy there. They barely even get a summer there. They get the 60s and maybe 70s. You know what you do is, like, instead of waiting until it's done snowing, what I always did was waited until there was like a couple, maybe 5, 6 inches on the ground. Well, then again, I had a snow blower, but we just keep it clean throughout the storm. But what you have to do is make sure you push it far enough from your driveway that when the freaking plows come through, they don't throw it right back up in your driveway. They would do that shit in Ohio, and it would make me so bad because I lived on a hill, so I would have to snow blow up a hill. And I remember plenty times just falling flat on my ass trying to get up that hill because they kept throwing the snow back in the driveway. I always got it done, of course, but you know, you need a whole snow plow. uh, Forget that 2 feet of snow. Oh, thank you. That'd be like 2 feet, 2 inches. Oh no. Oh, that would piss me off so bad. I'd be like, you assholes did this, come clean it up. No, I remember when I was probably 14, I got the stupidest lucky shot on one of them little Polaroids that you could ever get, and it actually helped somebody win a lawsuit against the state. Wow. That's crazy. But yeah, I remember when I was about 14, we had probably about that much 2 feet of snow, and the plow was coming down our road, clearing our road. And I wanted to get a picture of it because the way it was throwing snow, and right as I snapped the picture, the snow plow took out my neighbor's mailbox, just completely out of the ground. And I caught the picture right the minute the snow plow hit. You could see the mailbox in the air. Well, the neighbors went to the county to get their mailbox replaced, and the county's like, you can't prove that we took your mailbox out. And she came back and told us about it. You want to make a bet? And I handed her the Polaroid of the shot I took, and she took that to court, and they had to come and make her own new mailbox. Uh, oh yeah, I don't, I don't understand why people put shit, especially when you know it's gonna snow, so close to the side of the road where it's inevitable that somebody's gonna hit it. Whether it be a plow coming through or somebody losing control and smashing into it. I was probably 19, and in the neighborhood I lived in, there was this one corner, and it was like a 15-mile-an-hour corner. And the people who lived on that corner had these three huge boulders sitting in their front yard, and the middle one was like bigger than the rest. I had a little Ford Festiva. It was a manual. I called it my little roller skate with a motor. And it was storming really bad, and I was coming home from work, and I went to go around that corner, and the car spun out, and somehow I wound up teetering on top of that big boulder. This little tiny car just teetering there on top of this big boulder. I'm like, I jump out. I'm laughing at this point because, like, what do you do? What the fuck do you do? So I call my husband and I'm like, well, fiance at the time, and I'm like, I'm stuck. And he's like, what do you mean you're stuck? So I explained the situation to him, and luckily I was only like 2 minutes away from home. So he walks down and he sees this car rocking on this, sitting on this rock, just all four wheels off the ground. And we're just both rolling around. So, like, the car's so small. Hi, John P. Nice to see you. Much love to you too. But the car was so small, we were actually able to just push it and it slid off the rock. But it was ridiculous. It was like the craziest thing that could have, and it didn't hurt the car at all. Like there wasn't even a little bump on the bumper where I went up on the rock or anything. So after that, I was always super careful about how I went around that corner. Yeah, yeah, you better cook something. Yeah, get that. So, but yeah, driving in the winter can be a bit tricky sometimes. But then again, I learned how to drive in the winter when they stuck me out in the middle of the lake and said, if you can drive off the lake, then you know how to drive. And the little manual car took me 3 tries. I drove off the lake. Not as easy as you would think. There is no traction on ice. So, boy. How are you doing today, John? Hopefully you're good. I'm loving that it's quiet in here this morning. I'd probably lose my voice telling people off. Hi, son, how are you? Sorry. Yeah, so quiet is good. Yeah, I'm sick. Nothing new. It's the weather. It went from 50 to like 20 overnight. It's catching up with me. So try not to lose my voice. Thank you. Hey, at least my headache went away after almost a week. So that's a plus. Boy, if it's not one thing, it's another. But yeah, that's what Michigan weather does. And it's supposed to do it again, like I said, in the next 2 days. It's supposed to be, what, like 35 here today? 35, 40. And then it's going to drop from 40 to 27. And then to 19. So, yeah, the weather definitely is not good. We've got a chance of snow tomorrow. They're saying rain and snow. But on Friday through Monday, it's supposed to snow the whole time. So, it's going to be 13 degrees for a high on Sunday and 9 for a low. The hell is that? Don't want none of that crap. It's actually been a little bit warmer than normal around here, but yeah, not like it has been the last few years. Like the first year I moved back here, it was in the 50s and 60s for pretty much 90% of the winter. It didn't, we got like one little snowstorm in like a week where it dropped down close to zero. That was it. And then the next year was similar. This is my third year here, and it's been by far the snowiest it has been since the entire time I've been here. So, hi, Kimberly. How are you? Good morning. But yeah, we've seen well over a foot of snow already this winter. Definitely the most I've seen. We got our first storm was like 10 inches. Hey, hey, Trey, good morning. How are you? Don't mind me, my voice is not going to last. Awesome, Kimberly. I hope you have fun and enjoy. That's good, Trey. What you up to today? Oh, I understand that, Kimberly. I've got two kids too, but mine are grown. Mine aren't babies anymore, and I miss that. My baby will be 18 in September, so. Oh, did you get to see the gorilla? Yep, Absolutely, Kimberly. I get it. Good morning, Venture. Nice to see you this morning. How are you? How is he, Trey? Is he the one with the bad tooth? I'm working on it, Venture. I've got a sore throat. I'm losing my voice, but I do have coffee this morning. That's good, Trey. I'm glad that he's better. I never like to hear about animals that probably hurt him. It was probably painful. Yeah, I understand that, Kimberly, but if he's with his dad, then you're not doing something wrong because every child deserves to grow up with both parents in their life. That's good, Trey. Yeah, that won't work for me, Ginger. Yeah, I understood what you meant, Trey. Oh, with his grandparents, then you're absolutely doing the right thing. For sure. You know, even if his dad can't be there, as long as he's got some, I'm sorry, he or she, as long as they've got some kind of contact with the other side of the family, they're probably busy doing stuff. Like, oh, that's cool, Trey. I'm not that brave. Things like 20 times bigger than me, you're not getting me that close to a cage. Well, then explain to them you guys don't answer the phone when you have them and I call, so don't expect me to answer the phone when I have them and you call. Unless it's an emergency, then you have a responsibility to call them if it's an emergency because they have a right to know that, as they do you. You know, Trey, I think they know what humans are. They're smart. They're mammals. They know more than we think they know. Well, that's what you explain to them. Don't pull no punches about it. Because if you try to pussyfoot around it and excuse the expression and be nice, it'll get you nowhere. Just lay it out flat. If you're not going to answer the phone when I call when you have them, don't expect me to answer the phone when you call when I have them. Pure and simple. Well, maybe his foot hurt and he wanted you to scratch his back. Who knows? I'm not saying explain yourself. That's not explaining yourself. That's just setting a guideline. There has to be limits and they have to be mutual limits. Oh, I bet, Trey, he was probably groggy. I didn't even get to see what they said. Good morning, Manuel. Um, his name is not Kong. Trey loves the zoo. He always has fun at the zoo. He always comes in with good stories about it, too, so I wish the wind would stop. It's cold. I can feel it, the draft coming in through my window. Yep, yep. I don't believe in zoos, so I don't visit them. Excuse me. When I was young, probably grade school, they used to take us to the Detroit Zoo for to see the animals, and I hated it. Like everybody would run home and tell happy stories to their moms and dads about the zoo, and I just go home and tell my mom or ask my mom why are these animals in a cage? I don't get it. Yeah, that happens, Kimberly. That's my problem with it, Manuel. Animals in a zoo are also animals that are captive. Animals are not something you should make money off of to let people come and stare into their cages. And I don't care how big of an enclosure you give them, it's still an enclosure, it's a cage. The only reason I think animals should be taken out of the wild is if they're hurt or something and they can't care for themselves. Yeah, that's nice. So, that wind is wicked out there. I can hear it just like whistling through my window or my sliding glass door. I can't tell which one. There's like no insulation in these things. Kimberly. Uh, he'd probably buy the zoo if he let him. So, nothing wrong with that. I'm an animal lover too. I just believe some animals are meant to be in the wild, not in cages. You lost me, Manuel. Sorry. Let me go look what you said. Oh, yeah, okay. I understand what you're saying. Oh, cool, Trey. No, I don't mind aquariums. Like, as long as they're taken care of properly. So, Fish are always fun. Unless you've got a 3-year-old that tries to carry them in their hand. Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Oh, what are they called? Can't think of it. But they're cute. I want to say lemur, but it's not a lemur. Those are the ones that jump, and they're adorable too. Yeah, just be careful with them, Trey. They're dangerous. You don't want to put any edible fish in there that you don't want to lose either because they'll eat them. You get an ill and they pretty much got to be in a tank by themselves unless you're feeding them. Yeah, that's what they do. That's why you can't have them in a regular tank. They have to be by themselves, and you can't. Yeah, you'd be kind of silly put your fingers in that water. I had piranhas. I agree with that, Venture. Absolutely, because you're not really taking them out of the wild in that sense. Oh, I bet, Trey. Those are nasty little creatures. I mean, yeah, no. I think of ill and I think, yeah, no, thank you. I don't get the point behind them. They're like vicious, nasty little sea creatures. So I had a finch family in my house, a wild one. You're not going to find a more docile hill trick. There's no such thing. You got your electric ones, you got your ones that bite, and then you got your ones that squirt ink. Which would you prefer? Because none of them sound docile to me. My friend owned an aquarium store, so I've been around a lot of eels. They are not really a good fish for somebody that's not really experienced with handling that type of thing. Okay, well, go ahead and try that. Tell me how it works out for you. Because I could tell you that's not true. They're all kept in individual tanks for a reason. They'll eat each other. That's like why they separate them when the females, when they're pregnant, they take the male out of the tank because, yeah, there won't be any more male. I think they're cool to look at, but that's about it. That's the whole thing is you really got to know how to handle them. Um, People are like, they get all excited about taking them home, and then they start eating stuff and tearing up other tanks, and they don't know how to handle them, and they just wind up killing them. That's why my friend wouldn't sell eels unless he knew the people knew exactly what they were doing. So, yeah, you really gotta understand how to handle them. That way, you know what to prepare for. Because there's like even certain things that should be and should not be in their tanks, health wise, that are different from regular fish. So, like the peat gravel that people put in the tanks, you can't use that when you have an eel. Yeah, it's the best place to have them. It's with people who can handle them, for sure. So, I just know my friend did aquariums for probably 10 years before he even started bringing eels into his store to sell. So, but they definitely make money off of them. So, they are cool, but they're kind of like a piranha. Don't put them in a tank if you don't want to lose everything in there. Ah, see, that's another thing. You got to know what you're buying. But it happens. We live and learn. So, well, if you don't make mistakes, you'll never learn, get any better. That's just part of life in some senses. Anyway, so it's like I would suggest you go to the library and get books about them instead of looking online because you'll learn a whole lot more from the books you read than the crap that these people try to sell you online. They'll tell you, oh, this eel can be with any kind of fish and it's great. And you bring it home and it destroys your tank in about 2 seconds flat. So, but there are a lot of fish that'll do that. You put a bluegill in a tank and it'll eat anything that's smaller than it in that tank. Okay, Trey, that's cool. Have fun with that. Anyhow, boy, at least it's not supposed to rain today. That's all I care about. So, crap can hold off for a couple days. It'd be good. That's cool, Trey. Good morning, Patrick. How are you? Oh, cute. Uh, yeah, them are really pretty fish. Yeah, me too. Definitely. Yeah, they can be if you do them right. Those are just saltwater tanks are one of the hardest tanks that you'll ever take care of. Freshwater fish are so easy. Saltwater tanks are a pain in the ass. The salt content's got to be just right, or you're going to kill the fish. Too little, you're going to kill the fish. Okay. So, yeah, I don't mind fish tanks, but saltwater, yeah, not me. The people, okay, never mind. Yep. So, all fish stress when you add them to a new place. It's more likely to die from it, like goldfish. Them are the hardest damn clean water fish I've ever had to take care of. They die for no reason. I swear. Um, what kind of Lego set, Star Wars Lego set do you have, Trey? Boy. Well, okay. I don't know if my thing's screwing up. Okay. Now it's showing one person in here. Showing two on my computer. Who knows? It's one thing that this app does every time is it never shows me how many people are in the room. So, oh well. It goes like that sometimes. Um, that sucks. Anybody got plans for the rest of the day? I know I got some stuff to do before my live tonight. Good morning, Josh. How are you? Nice to see you this morning. wind is just crazy out there right now. I'm okay, thank you. But it's cold. I wish the wind would go away. It wouldn't be bad out, honestly, because it's already 30, but the wind makes it feel like 19. So, school closings. Why are they closing schools? Building problems. That's why. That means they don't have no heat. Building problems always means no heat. So, yeah, that's what they call it, building problems. They never specify because everybody knows if it's a building problem at a school, they don't have heat. Oh, all the schools around here are old. Yeah. Well, now, over by where my mom lives, they've got brand new schools, but what you have to understand is over by where my mom lives, K through eighth grade go to one school, and then the high schoolers go to the building right next door, which is technically the high school. So it's like all new, but it's just like two buildings on the same property. So, but the schools here, yeah, they're not new. They're crap. The further south you get, the worse it gets. I went to a school down by Detroit, and I remember one winter we were out of school for like 3 weeks straight because the heat wouldn't work. Then again, that's back when you didn't mess around in school. So, but yeah, that's just how it goes with snow and cold, especially in this state because they claim they're taxing everybody to do all this shit, and then the money just disappears and nothing gets done. Our roads don't get fixed, our schools don't get fixed, nothing gets done. I kind of wish that somebody'd come and Doge Michigan and see where in the hell all that money's going, considering the tax hike they just did. So ridiculous. My neighbor must be outside. I can hear him coughing. Yeah, I never had that happen. we didn't get air conditioning in our schools. So it was just kind of always cold in our schools. The heat didn't work right, and yeah, there was always a draft. So I bet. Yeah, the heat index is that hot. I've seen schools closed, but schools close here when the temperature drops below zero. So, or we get tons of snow. Yeah, my neighbor's definitely outside smoking. So, other than that, you're going to school. Rain, shine, tornado, they don't care. Um, like, I was surprised the first big snowstorm, we got about a foot here for our first snowstorm, and the bank closed. My bank was closed. I got a message saying they were closed because of the weather. That's a new one. Never heard of a bank closing in Michigan because of the weather. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The bank. I was like, are you kidding me? They because I get email alerts from my bank, and I was like, what? But yeah, close the bank. That's how it goes, I guess. I understand because most of the people that work at that bank they travel to come into town. Most everybody that works here travels to come into town. So, yeah, it's the first time I've ever had an alert that my bank closed because of weather, like in my entire life. Well, except in Tennessee, I take that back. The part of Tennessee that I lived in got hardly any snow. Still gets hardly any snow. If they're calling for an inch of snow, everything closes there. The stores, the banks, the schools, the roads, they just close. Like, you can't even go to Walmart if there's gonna be an inch of snow there. They're like, sorry, we're closed. Are you kidding me? But I understand it because their roads are not meant for snow. They got too much, there's too much banking and everything else in them roads. So, but when I first got there, because of course I learned how to drive here, and they started closing stuff down for an inch of snow, I just started cracking up. I'm like, how is this happening? Everybody's like, we don't know how to drive on snow. I'm like, I just want to go to the store and get a gallon of milk, and you're all damn closed. What the hell? I don't care if there's an inch of snow, I've driven in more. Tons more. So, yeah, yeah, I have to be the first to admit, like that first snowstorm we got, I was just still hanging out in a hoodie. It wasn't bad, but now, nope. You gotta have your whole coat, three hoodies, snow pants, snow boots. It feels like just to stay warm out there. You have to layer. Tell you what, that wind is vicious, especially when all your clothes are too big on you and the wind goes right down the back of your neck every time. Forget it. I know I gotta go out and check my mail in a little bit. And yeah, the wind makes a big difference. And I'm not looking forward to it because I am gonna be frozen. That wind is just whipping out the back here. I can't imagine what it's doing in the front because the front is always so much worse than the back. So I gotta freeze. I'll be a popsicle for tonight's live stream. At least it's not supposed to get like in the single digits though. Uh, I'll be wearing my beanie and my sweater and my. I'll be wearing it all. Too cold. Exactly. uh, Frozen me. And it's not hard out there either. It is so cold. And like it's supposed to be 40 tomorrow, but the winds are supposed to be the same, I think. And if that's the case, it's definitely not going to feel warm. If the wind would like shift, it would be nice, but I don't see that happening. Mm, see. Oh, they actually are going to change by tomorrow, but they're still going to be 10 to 20-mile-an-hour winds. It's not, you know, not going to make it much warmer out there. But the wind will be coming out of the south. That's why it's supposed to warm up. Then it's supposed to get really freaking cold. And I have to go out in the shit. And I don't want to. I'll make it though. Hate this weather. I'm ready for it to be over. So, definitely ready for it to be over. I'm good if it's like 72 to 75. Like, if it could just stay that way year round, I'd be the happiest person ever. This feels like crap, but this wind is ridiculous. Yeah, I'm not very fond of it myself at all. One of my least favorite things right now is the cold. I stay sick, and yeah, it sucks. It's like it doesn't matter. I can feel perfectly great, and then I have to go out, and it seems like every time I go out and get around people, I get sick. So, not even a mask will fix that. Still got sick. But I guess I'm gonna get my behind off here and find something useful to do. So, something anyway to feel halfway productive because I don't right now. I just still feel uh, tired, but oh well. So, I will be on tonight for sure, regardless how I feel at 6. And hopefully, I'll see you guys then. So, y'all have a good day. Love you guys.